Hey everybody, it's Kenny Comments here. You're chilling with Kenny C right here on TMVCafe.com. My next guest, singer, songwriter. She's a model. She's an extraordinaire. She's got the new song out, Happy Again, which is available on all the platforms right now. She's in a nice, lovely couch, nice background, everything in her headphones. Miss Kel Adore is joining me right now. How's it going?
Hello, I'm doing so well. Thanks for having me. How are you doing?
I am sweating. I'm just gonna be quite honest with you.
Is
Um,
it hot out?
yeah, it is. This heat wave is something else. It's kind of like a prequel of what's to come. Now
Oh,
I'm a summer guy, so I'm not gonna complain too much about it. But I do got my water with me, so I'm gonna make it. I will not collapse. I promise. I
you've got
promise.
to stay
Stay
hydrated. Yeah,
hydrated.
you've got to stay in the shade and stay cool as much as you can. But
Stay
I'm
cool.
definitely like you. I am all about summer, and I would much rather have it be too hot than too cold.
Yeah. See, you talking my language there. Talking my language. So let's begin, Miss Adore. Um, uh, we'll get into your new song, which I love, by the way. We'll get into that in just a bit. But how did you get started, or how did your musical journey begin, per se?
I love this question because it's a long ride for me. So, when I was really little, I mean, ever since I can remember, really, I was just writing little songs, just like, dumb little things that a kid does. But I would say by the time I was maybe 7 or 8, I started really thinking about song structure and, actually writing. So, started writing from a young age. When I was 15, I picked up a guitar and, started just kind of teaching myself. It really unlocked the world of songwriting for me. And that was just kind of a natural part of who I was. But then, as I graduated high school, I kind of went more practical route and I went and got a degree in economics. And I actually graduated early from both high school and college, very much a just impatient kind of person, I would say, where I just wanted to get things done quickly. But after I started working in, corporate America, I just had this nagging feeling that like music is what I have to do. And I would be driving back and from work and just like listening to these songs and listening to the production and hearing the vocals and hearing the lyrics. And I just was like, this is what I need to be doing with my life. So that was a really pivotal moment for me. I decided to kind of pursue music more seriously, created a bunch of really crappy demos and just kind of fumbled my way through and eventually landed on my current producer here in Los Angeles. It was just a really good fit. We started working together and since then I've released 2 songs. More is on the way, but my latest is Happy Again, as you said, and it's just the best feeling to finally have something official and stuff that I'm proud of out there.
I'm glad you said that particular term, demo, because that seems to be a word that's been forgotten in the music industry these days because of social media and technology has evolved. See, back in the day, and I hate to show my age per se, but back in the 90s, let's just put it that way, back in the old school per se,
Yeah.
that's usually how an artist had to get his or her word out. Was just a few song demo, give it to a record label, and just hope they give it a listen. So
Hmm.
you took that route, and it's still a thing, still an option. I know we're living in these times when there's music, you can put music literally everywhere these days. But every now and then, you take the demo out, and people might still give your music a listen. So I like that story. I like that you went the demo out, and things are looking up for you, Kel Adore.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
That's a really good insight. Things have changed quite a bit. I think in, today's day and age, the way that at least demos helped me was just to really practice and to get better and to find people to work with and to also, hear what is something that is kind of a proof of concept. If you think about business, when you're an artist, you're running a business. Like you are doing all of the things that a small business owner would do. And really, like the demo is just kind of that proof of concept. And I do think that there's value in exploring your sound and your music through that process. But yeah, obviously, then there does come a point where you do want to take it to that next level.
Yeah, absolutely. So happy that that worked out well for you and you got two songs out already. Happy Again is your latest single. I see that you are inspired by artists like John Bellion and Julia Michaels. Now, I love me some Julia Michaels. I seen her perform years ago. She was opening for Pink, and
Oh,
she sound. I'm like that was my introduction to Julia Michaels. I've heard the name. I know she's writing songs for herself and others, but I've never
yeah.
seen her perform in person before. So once I seen her, I was like, okay, she's the one.
She's the
She,
real deal.
she's the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I
So
I love how raw and vulnerable she is. I mean, first off, she's an incredible writer, so that really resonates with me just because that's kind of where I started was just with the songwriting piece. But she as an artist is just very emotional. I haven't seen her live yet. I have watched a bunch of videos, so I need to make it a priority to go see her live because I'm sure that was a great experience. There's nothing like live music.
yeah, and just she set the tone for Pink, and Pink, her resume speaks for herself. She's a terrific songwriter in her own right, and let me just say that's probably one of the greatest concerts I've been in my life. When
Oh,
you see Pink, she's like 1 minute she's on stage singing her heart out. Next thing you know, she's literally in your face. She's doing all circus acrobats type of
Ah,
stuff. She's like waving to the crowd like, "Hey, like, wait a minute, you were just on stage and you
how'd you get over
literally in the
there?
how do you
Yeah.
get over there?" Like, I think that's how Pink rolls. That's how she operates. She 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 willing to take those take risks like that. I've
Yeah.
always said like that's who she is. That's how she rolls. So I love me some Pink.
And that's so inspiring too. I mean, the music is also about kind of not just the storytelling within the song and the lyrics and the melody, but also within the delivery of the live shows. And
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely inspired by artists who really take it to that next level and really, take those risks and work their butts off to be able to do those types of shows. So
yeah.
it's impressive.
So let's talk about your latest single, "Happy Again." It came out, I'd say, a few weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah. Hmm.
So talk about the whole process. This being your second release on the platforms, obviously your first of this year. What was it like recording a song? Give us the story behind this particular song.
Yeah. So this song is cool because it kind of starts out by setting the scene of observing another couple. And I don't know if you've ever been in this situation, but I have many times been in that situation where you're out in public, your heart is broken, and you see another couple who is like PDA to the nines, just all over each other, happy in love, giddy, giggling. And it's just like, oh, like my heart's broken. That's the last thing I want to see. So I really liked starting this song out from that point of view of like I knew this was going to be kind of like a nostalgic and kind of heart-wrenching, hopeful, unsure song. But once I figured out where I wanted it to start, it kind of, took off from there. So the hook came first. I mean, just kind of sometimes when I'm driving in my car, I'll just hear melodies or ideas and I'll put them in my phone and kind of record them and go back to them later. So I had the chorus in my head. But then once I kind of figured out that analogy, the rest kind of, came together really easily. And I will say my favorite thing about this song is how it's very mystical, very tropical, very summery, but also very lyrically devastating. And there's quite a contrast when you listen to it. And I think that was a fun new challenge for me because my first song, Fool for the Pain, was a lot more just dark overall and more kind of gothic and just mysterious. So it was fun to write a new kind of perspective in Happy Again.
Lyrically, yeah, it got me in the feels, and I guess it's one of those songs like, man, I feel like a lot of people can relate to this as far as going with your friends, your loved ones, you're just hanging out, see a couple, and they doing what couples do for the most part, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's kind of like, oh man.
Oh, well, I'm happy and I'm sad that it resonates with you because it's like I want to write and share stories that people can apply to their own experience, but when people are like, "Oh, I relate to that," I'm like, "Dude, I am so sorry," because
Look, I mean,
it's hard.
look, that's the beauty of being an artist. Like you gonna get these feels. You're gonna be in your
Yes.
feelings one way or another, and especially when you hear the artist explain the song, it's like, oh yeah, I I know that feeling. Like yeah, but
Yeah.
it's a lovely song nonetheless. I will say I love the song. Um,
Yeah, well, thank you. And it was actually I recently performed it live for the first time, and I did an acoustic set at NAMM, which is a huge music trade show for those of you listening if you don't know what it is. But it was really fun to just kind of create the acoustic version of that, share it with a live audience. In fact, I am going to be sharing a snippet to those that are in my inner circle. So I call my inner circle the people who are, kind of part of my newsletter and close fans. So if you're interested in hearing, a little bit more of Happy Again and the acoustic version, please, be a part of my inner circle and I'd love to share it with you. But it's emotional and that's what music is for, right? It's to stir up emotions and to get us thinking and to really kind of connect with our inner selves, whether that's a moment that's deep and powerful or sometimes that I just want to have fun and forget about things and kind of lighten up the mood. So it's a very powerful tool.
so seeing that you take pride, you take passion in songwriting, you know, putting words together, just trying to get the melody down and everything. And this is something that I really ask an artist, especially from a songwriter's perspective. Now, when you go through the process of writing a song, I mean, how would you describe like the whole process? Whether you writing a song by yourself or you're writing with a fellow artist or a fellow songwriter, but what gets you in the mood as it pertains to songwriting per se?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I wrote by myself for so long and I hadn't really explored collaborating with other people. But when I finally started working with other songwriters, other producers, it really kind of became more fun for me because other people come to the room with their own stories, with their friends' stories, with ideas that are different. And it's kind of a challenge to go, okay, what is the concept and how do we drive this to that point? And so for Happy Again, I co wrote it with my producer. He's also an amazing songwriter himself. And we kind of start out the process with those few ideas and then we really drill into like, what is the main point and what is kind of the main idea? And once we kind of settle on the direction that we want to go, I usually go back and kind of come out with like a first version. He'll come out with the first version of the track. And then it's all about the revisions. For me, the writing comes down to the revisions because some people, they just write like 100 songs and pick the best one. I know what I want to say, I know what I want to talk about, and then I just got to get it right.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's gotta be something. Like you get these songs, you try to figure out, oh, which should be the next song, what should be on this EP or on or this album. I really want people to resonate with what I'm saying, with the direction I'm going, with future projects and such. So you
Hmm.
speaking about the inner circle earlier, exactly where can people go to be a part of the inner circle for those that might be interested?
Yes. So you can go to my website. It's keladore.com and you can go subscribe there. I also have links through my social media, which Instagram is at Keladore Music, TikTok at Keladore. Various platforms are just look for Keladore or Keladore Music and you should be good. And yeah, go check out my stuff there, but also come say hi. I love talking with people, shoot me a DM, let me know where you're coming from, and we can just kind of bond over music. So I love doing that.
Well, we all for bonding on this show. Zoom, call in, whatever case may be. I will gladly join Kel Adore's inner circle.
Yay!
So
I'd
I
love to have
will
you.
we'll definitely make that happen once I get off the air here. So check it out, keladore.com. That's our website. Happy Again, that's her latest single. It's available on all the platforms. If you haven't heard it by now, please give it a listen. Show your support. She and who knows, you might get these feelings too. Either you or somebody that you know. But one way or another, she get a point across on this song. And here's something else I want to say. I'm doing what is called Music Monday show. It's me just listening, just playing songs, independent music, no mainstream, none of that, just indie music. And the third week is pop music. So happy again. I'm here to announce to you, Miss Adore, that Happy Again will be added to the playlist this coming Monday.
Yes,
So
thank you. On
um,
the rotation. I love it.
yes,
I love it. I'm excited for, people to hear it, those that are listening to our conversation, it'll be a good place for you to go back and hear it. And thank you so much. That's exciting.
yeah. So I love to break the news every now and then. I don't get these many
Yeah.
I don't get many of these opportunities, but every now and then I gotta let people know, like, hey, I've already played your song earlier, but I'm gonna play it again in a few days. So I'm just saying, keep an eye on your social media, being
Yes.
tagged on all these posts. So with this song, you're getting the acoustic version, and you're feeling real good, obviously, as we approach the summer season, as if it might as well be summer at this point with this
Yeah.
heat wave. What is next for Kel Adore in the coming weeks and months that fans need to know?
Yes, so I do have more music coming out. I haven't officially announced titles or anything like that, but what I can say is I have some music that is done and I'm just kind of waiting to announce and release it. I'm also still writing. I'm still, in the studio recording. And I'm really excited to kind of push more out and just share my heart and share just, what I love with you. And really, like, my mission with music is to just make music that feeds your soul. And so there's great music out there that's meant to entertain. But for me, like, I want my music to feed you and to kind of help you be introspective about who you are and the things you've been through. And just, I want it to resonate. So I hope this next stuff does just that. And I can't wait to share it.
When you said feed for the soul, I'm like, she's a keeper. She is a keeper. Feed food for the soul. Like something tells me got a lot of soul food songs.
Oh,
So,
I hope so. Yeah, yeah.
so that's how music gotta be. Like it has to be for soul. Like obviously, and you're gonna get all types of songs. You know, you're gonna have the happy songs, you're gonna have some sad songs, you're gonna get all sorts of songs. It's kind
Yeah.
of like, being at a young age and you know, the vegetables come in. You try to, I don't want to, but I know I have to because it's good for the soul. So
Yeah,
I like to
yeah.
use I like to use analogies on this show, obviously. But please check out Kel Adore, Happy Again, the single, KelAdore.com, the website. Join her into circle. As you could tell, she's very willing to have as many people in the circle and spread love and um, talk music and just get on board with her journey because she's got, like she said, she's got more music on the way. She's got shows on the way. She's got a lot of stuff on the way. And you being in the inner circle, you get first dips at it before everybody else. You get the scoop before everybody
Yes,
else. So
exactly.
yeah, be one of the cool people. Um, be the cool people and join Kel Adore's inner circle at keladore.com. Now, let's talk about the name Kel Adore. Now, Adore in particular, that has to be used as a pun by so many people. And with that being said, does it bother you when people use adore as a pun every now and then? Does it bother you?
Honestly, it doesn't. I think that just the word adore in and of itself insinuates love and insinuates connection. And that's kind of what I love about it. Also, Kel is truly the nickname that everyone called me growing up, like just my closest friends and family. My name is Kelly, right? But for my music, I shortened it to Kel Adore because really it is back to just that invitation into me, into my heart, into just kind of sharing that love. And if you want to poke fun at, making a pun, like I'll probably just make fun of you for having a dad joke, but that's cool too.
Well played. Well
Yeah.
played. Yeah, so she's from that answer, she's okay with it, but she gonna get you back, basically.
I can be feisty. I really can be,
Yeah,
but in all in good fun.
yeah. So at least that's, how do I say this? That's a warning or just a, I don't know how you say
Just a
it.
heads up.
Heads up. Yeah, there we go. Heads up. Warning
Yeah.
seems a bit too strong, but so
No
heads up.
threats. No
Yeah,
threats. Just a
no
heads up.
threats.
Yeah.
Just a heads up. So you want the smoke, you're gonna get the smoke. Basically. So earlier you talked about your journey going through the demo route. Obviously, music can be streamed, played, posted everywhere and anywhere these days. There's a lot of artists out there that want to at least start somewhere as far as getting their music out. What would your advice be to the young up and coming artists that's trying to get their foot in the door, that's trying to get started into music? What's your advice to
Yeah.
the younger artists out there?
My number one advice I usually say is really know what your purpose is with music, and that will anchor you. I think there's a lot of young artists who are just really eager and hungry and excited, but um, maybe start out looking more for the attention or the fame or whatever. And that just doesn't have the longevity, especially in today's world where there are so many people doing it and you really need to be true to who you are. So if you know what your purpose is, at the end of the day, you can come home after being in the studio. And if you are like, I'm living my purpose, maybe I'm not selling out a stadium yet, but I'm doing what I love and I'm affecting people, that's what will keep you going. That's what will push you through kind of the ups and downs. And I think that's really what will lead you to the most fulfilling career.
She's preaching to the choir, y'all. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? She's
Yeah.
preaching to the choir. That's Kel Adore. That's well said. Um, and just be yourself. Obviously, be authentic with yourself. Like that's okay to be who you are. Be true to yourself. People, family, friends gonna love you, but fans, they gonna have their preference or whatever. But
Yeah.
if you be yourself, and go the route that you want to go, and people are gonna vibe with you. So yeah, she's preaching to the choir. She's preaching to the choir there.
Yeah. And
Um,
it also is all about just finding your people, right? There are billions of people on the world. And so something I remind myself often of is like, just like you were saying, some people might be a fan, some might not, and that's okay. I think the sometimes more challenging part of being an artist is finding your people. And so that's where you've really got to focus on, how do you find those people that resonate with your message and that you can help and share. And um, it's definitely worth it to try to find your people.
well said. Check out Kel Adore. Her latest single, Happy Again, is available on all the platforms right now. Check out the website, keladore.com. Join her in the circle. It's free, by the way. And
Yes.
you get the scoop on what she's got coming up before everybody else does. People love to get their, they want to get the scoop somewhere. You get it from Kel. You get all of that and then some more. So Kel, thank you so much. I declare you my favorite Kel since Kel Mitchell.
Woo!
Kel.
Wow,
So
wow,
yeah,
honor.
yeah. So Kel Mitchell, I like you, dog, but Kel Adore, she's number one to me. She's number one.
I
She,
did it.
yes. So thank you so much, Kel. Continued success and everything. I look forward to hearing more music for you in the coming months. And yes, I will be playing Happy Again on Music Monday, this coming Monday. So just
Can't wait.
look out for the social medias, for the sites and things like that. And we'll get out that taken care of. So you enjoy your night, Kel, enjoy your evening, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And thanks again for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You enjoy yours as well. I really appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a good night.
Yeah, take care.
All right. That was Kel Adore